Hey, this is Kenji Harmon.
I'm Camila Hakeem.
This is Kanjo Hakeem.
This is Kisa.
This is the Royal Family.
Uncut.
Yeah, Kim, 12 o'clock sharp.
She was hoping that. Truthfully, because I pretty much do whatever my big sister Kim tells me to do.
My name is Camila Hakeem, aka Kim, and the oldest member of the group Royalty.
I'm Kenji Harmon. I'm the second to the oldest. I'm a mother of 2 and a wife.
My position in the family is the youngest and the most genius of everyone. Yeah, all here and here. It was cool, you know, until I got older and I saw pictures with barrettes in my hair. Kisa, she made me kiss girls when I was like 7, and then it ended up being like a habit for life.
I was the bad one out of everybody as a kid, but I found Jesus, I'm different. His behavior now, he can't blame me for that. I won't take the blame.
My sister a few years ago, she had breast cancer. And she survived it. And we just got to talking. We're like, you know what? Life is too short. And we should just start singing again just because we love it. This time it's going to be cool because it's going to be on our terms. And we're just going to sing for the love of it. And she was like, let's do it. Let's put it together. Let's, you know, see if we can get some gigs. My dad is Charles Ingersoll. And he was in a group called the Young Hearts. And they were like popular in like the late 60s, early 70s. I remember being a little girl and watching him on Soul Train. They were on Soul Train a lot, and I remember just looking at him and saying, oh man, like I want to get in the TV with Daddy.
I think I was the first to jump out and attempt to do it professionally. My dad took me into the recording studio. Back then you would record an LP. So I was on vinyl.
I would, you know, be in the studio as a baby with people like Shaka Khan and Natalie Cole, and I would fall asleep listening to them sing and rehearse records. And so it was just in me.
Like all my sisters were singing already, and they had like a singing group with these other boys, and one of the boys was my age. And I was dancing, you know, I did the Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial as the first thing that I ever did. You know, so I had a little popularity from dancing on commercials and stuff. But when they performed with these boys, I noticed that the boys were getting more girls than I was getting because they could sing. So I was like, I'm going to learn how to sing so I can get some of these girls that these boys are getting. So I auditioned for my mother to join the group, and she kicked the other boy out the group. So there it was. I get the girls now, so.
So Benny Medina came over to our friend's house. We lived in their back house. He came in there and we performed all these songs for him. And from that point, we were signed.
After our recording contract ended at Warner Brothers, everyone else continued in the entertainment business. I decided to do something completely different and off the beaten path for my family. I went to college.
After it ended, I got married. I had a child, not young, but pretty young for most people these days. And I was a mother for like years, working a regular job.
I'm a personal trainer and a life coach as well as a singer. When I found out that human beings could actually look like the superheroes, you know, from Arnold Schwarzenegger, like when he did Conan, I was like, oh my God, human beings could actually look like that. My first competition was in 2007. I didn't really know too much about bodybuilding science, but I wanted to just jump in. So I finished dead last. So I started studying the science, and then I came back the next year, same competition, twice the amount of competitors, and won the Los Angeles Championship. And from there, it kind of catapulted, and I won several championships, including the state title. And then I trained over 30 champions in the fitness industry.
After Royalty, I always wanted to be a writer and love singing, love it, but had a really strong passion for writing. So I kind of just ventured off into that area. I went through different groups and, you know, signed artists to different labels, and had an opportunity to do a deal with Sony as a writer. And I jumped on it, and from there I was able to work with great producers, and I learned so much, and, you know, so I kind of got in that area. The legendary person that I worked with that was someone that I dreamed of working with ever since I can remember was Gladys Knight. So I wrote a song for her with Shep Crawford, and that record actually won a Grammy. So that was one of my dreams come true.
10 years of being in school, always working 2 jobs. My life had just become too serious and I wasn't having any fun. And sometimes when you are faced with a life and death experience, it takes that to wake you up. And I said, okay, yeah, I still need to make this living and be this stable individual, take care of my daughter, but I deserve to have a little fun too. You know, so that's how royalty came back together, and everyone was kind of feeling that same way at the same time, fortunately for me.
Me and Kim, now we're wanting to get back into just doing our love, which is singing and performing. Like, we're doing the kind of records we want to do now, and we're being who we want to be. And that's what I want people to be able to see about our family, see that part of it, and see what happens to artists when you hear of them and then you're like, what the heck happened to them? I wonder what kind of life they're living now. Those are my best friends. Like, there's nobody that I put above them.
Slap it like that. And you just work yourself around. And you just look them down, stare them down while you're making that happen. So that's, you know, the back slap.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's a good one.
So that's one of my impressions that I do. That was bad.
Closer, let's get intimate. I've got a secret place where we can go. Don't hold